So when you say the observer,
Yeah.
I mean, there is still something prior
For
to the
sure
observer.
there is. Yes, there is.
So what is prior to the observer?
That which is.
And
We can point to it.
How do you call that?
The absolute.
The absolute.
Yes.
So observer is the awareness.
Yes, and it's a nice state.
Yeah.
And it minimizes suffering.
Yes.
From there, there's two options.
Yes.
Mind can be directed prior to that,
Yes.
or mind will pop back into another story, another I story.
Yes.
It can't stay there because it's a halfway house.
Yes.
But from identification with thoughts, I've never met anybody who's able to go from deep in the I story to prior to observer in one go.
Yes.
I don't know how that could be possible.
Yes.
There are two steps.
So then, when you are in the absolute,
there's no I in the absolute. You see, this is the trouble.
I in the absolute.
So you can't be in the absolute.
No choice.
Do you see? So the absolute is, so when the I isn't running, sure, that natural state is there all the time. But the I imagine must have bells on it, must be fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you see? But that's just another idea. Drop the idea and let it be simple and still. And what was there all the time? And what was there when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Most people have a sense of that. Everything is okay when you're a kid.
Yeah.
You know? Do you know? But now we have to unravel, backpedal a little bit in order to undo just literally the neurological pathways that we have furrowed in to the brain, you know? Liberation is for the mind, you see. It's a mind game. And so observe, but place attention from where observation is rising from, or to the place where the next thought will arise from, or, well, the who question, you know?
Well, you need to be really present and there in order to see that.
Yeah. Or just dropping the I, huh? Just dropping the I. The space between I thoughts.
So you say dropping the I. Can you talk more about that?
Stop believing thoughts. You know, sometimes it feels like that certain thoughts, let's say they're balls of energy, right? Yeah. And you go into a room and you can pick up a feeling in a place, and you can have a sense actually of what the dynamic was, because thoughts stay as balls of energy. So let's say there are some lumps of energy that have this potential to create the idea of an I. So it's the thought of an ice cream would be nice, coupled with I exist as a separate thing. Maybe some thoughts have two flavors. Because the I is as, unreal as that. It's like the thought of I'd love an ice cream. This particular thought has the sense of an I am real. But very often, I'd love an ice cream. It is given that the I is real.
Yes.
Start looking. Is the I real, or is this just a thought that you've believed in? That a believing potential has been exercised?
Yes.
Do you see?
Yeah.
It's the believing in it. It's the personal interest in it. You see, the I doesn't exist like as a continuum that's there all the time, and then we see it when we're practicing watching our thoughts. The I is only there when thoughts are believed. There's all these gaps all the time.
Yeah.
But as spiritual seekers, we place all our attention on where the I is and not on the gaps. Do you see? It's a bit nuts, isn't it? Do you know, we can turn it the whole other way around by okay, just observe, now go back. You know? Prior to it all. Or even a simple thing. Where were you 320 years ago? Whatever makes the mind go, oh. It's just a space between thoughts. And somehow, I don't know, when that space is created, something is seen to be so. The truth has the space to show mind that it always was, what is real. And
then, I guess the mind surrenders. Or gets
I think the energy that is used to believe in thoughts goes back to source. Something energetically happens. And when that energy happens, then truth reveals itself.
Yes.
Whereas many can practice placing attention to source, but truth does not reveal itself.
Yes.
That's where the how is no good.
Yes.
So we can do all those steps, and then, well, patience.
Yeah.
Patience. And that which is reveals itself or not, don't be bothered with it.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you see? But when it reveals itself, it's called self-realization, and you can't make that happen.
No.
But you can create the space, and maybe it will and maybe it won't. But in creating the space, there's a lot less suffering. So it makes sense, huh?
It does.
Yeah.
There's something you write about, which I actually don't often read in a book like that, which is what happens after death.